Clickety click.
Alrighty. So this is gonna be the third video for Lab 1, and what we're gonna do is show you some tricks on VI and also how to check your email that is actually at the Sleipner. So let's go ahead and log in. It just terminated my connection.
Redo it.
Alright, well this would be a good time to tell them that do not leave your terminal alone for too long, because this right here will happen. And
Yeah.
if you had any work that wasn't saved,
Bye.
yeah, well, not technically bye, but then you get one of those
Oh, the swap file.
the swap files, yeah, and it's a pain in the butt to recover from those, but we'll show you how to do it. And sometimes actually, I've actually had swap files not work, and like I lost all my work. So yeah, so you see this error, you don't want this error. Do not leave your terminal like alone for too long. Let me go ahead and cry myself to sleep since my terminal died. Okay. Hello. Okay, here we go.
The text, Puga.
I'll fix it, just give me a second. By the way, don't be like Kevin and give your password to other people. It's a horrible
Had to be
idea.
done.
Here we go. Now you guys can see better. Alright. Ooh. There's a little bit of lag going on. Oh, I know why.
Yeah.
Anyway. Let's go ahead and see this. It is stuff.txt was the one you were working on last time, right? Well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Probably should wait till it's done.
I can get used to it. As a matter of fact, this is normal speed on my Kindle. Alright. So we open it up. We go into insert mode. And let's say I need to type like, I don't know, 10 lines of do your homework. Rather than having to type it 10 times, what we can also do is go into command mode by pressing escape from insert mode. Boop. And then we press YY, which means to yank a line. So YY. And we yank the line. We're still in command mode, and I'm going to press P for paste. And now I'm going to do it a couple more times. Yeah. That's a really useful thing to do if you're planning on doing the same sort of operation over and over again. You can also do the same thing by deleting. Let me show you how to do that. You have to be in command mode once again, and you press DD, and it deletes a line. I'll do it on this one just so you see how it does it. It actually deletes the line completely. Like that. Alright. You can also yank more than one line. So let me show you how to do that real quick. So you're going to command mode by pressing escape. And let's say I want to yank 2 lines. Press 2. Y. And then I press enter. It says 3. But I think it also yanks the current one. Let's make sure. Oh. It yanks the current line by default, and I guess it adds how many you put for the number.
I think you just need to put in 3YY.
3YY. Well, anyway. You can also do the same thing with DD. So, back in command mode, let's put a number. So let's put 2 and then DD. Yeah. There we go. Some cool stuff you can do. Oh, let me show you how to paste. That's really important. Let's say that you want to paste some regular text in here. You go into command mode, put colon, and you put set paste. Set paste. Hey, no lag. It finished. Go back into insert mode. And now it says insert paste right here. Let me go ahead and grab something to paste in there. Now I get my mouse over here. Let me go ahead and leave a line. And I'm going to just right click. Boop. It did it. I think it does it too if you just go into... No.
No, when you're in a when you right click on putty, that's when the right click actually pastes it. When you're on the school computers, you have to actually right click and hit copy.
And paste.
Yeah, or yeah, copy and paste.
Okay. So, there's other modes. We're actually barely scratching the surface of this text editor. You can do a lot of really cool stuff in here. Once you're done pasting, you should go back and put no paste. Oh, set no paste. Correct. I was checking to see if you were paying attention. And we're back into just regular old insert mode. When you set paste, what you're doing is you're turning off the auto indent. And if you were to paste without turning off the auto indent, it looks super weird. And you're going to have to manually fix it, which you don't want to do. So, I don't think there's any more commands that we need to cover for this. This is pretty much the some bare bone stuff. This is probably going to get you through your 221, 222, and 223 easily.
This will be the basic things that you'll need to know for operating VI. So I guess we'll do some more command line navigation stuff and just to get used to it, because there's a whole lot of things that you have to learn, some more commands that you'll need to know when you're inside of Sleipnir. Because you're not in a GUI environment, it's not as simple as click and drag or right click and copy. We'll have to know some commands and some things like that. So Pooh's going to save and quit and go back to the directory. So okay, so we'll go over some main things. I'll probably cover some commands that I said in the video before this, but ls is going to be your best friend. You're going to have to use this a whole lot because you want to be able to see what is in your folders. So ls gives you that. So here's your list of folders. I've already covered this in a previous video. So let's change directories actually. So this will be another thing because you want to be able to organize all of your folders, especially when you move on past 221 and stuff like that. So we're going to change directories into 221s, and it's easy as cd and the name of the folder. You'll notice that in the list that we printed out before, there are color coded. So the blue ones are your folders. So if we do cd 221, hit enter, we now have another addition on our path. And if we hit pwd, which will print our working directory, that's our current one, and you'll see that we're in the 221 folder. And now if we hit ls, we'll be able to display the contents that were in here. And yeah, so this is my 221 folder. So if we want to go back a directory, we can do, if we want to go back one level, we can do cd space ... That takes us back a previous level. So now I'm back into my home directory. So yeah, and we can also do this a few times. Like if you want to go back two spaces or two folders, you can do a cd ... and that'll take us back. And you can do that as many times as you want, as far back as you want to go. Alright, so now we need to go over some other things, like we want to be able to copy files, and we're going to use the copy command, which is cp, and we already have a file called stuff.txt, and we want to copy that, and this is also a way we can make we could rename, a backup. So if we do a cp in the original file name, which is the source file, and then we hit space and we give it the destination file, which is whatever we want to call it. So this is the renaming of it, of the backup, and then we hit enter. So we noticed nothing popped up and yelled at us saying that we did anything wrong, so everything worked out. So if we type in ls, we notice that we have a stuff.txt, which was our original, and now we have a stuff backup.txt, which is our backup. So now let's say we wanted to, we can look at our backup folder, our backup file, and see that it's the same. And it's a copy of the original file. So we're just going to quit out of this because we didn't make any changes. But let's say that we decided we didn't want to call it a backup. We wanted to call it something else, or we wanted to rename it. So we're going to have to, we don't want to make a copy of the same file, we just want to rename it. So we're going to use mv to rename. And we're going to have to give it the original, the source file. And since we're not actually going to be moving it to a different folder, we can just give it the new name, which is, I don't know, we can call it junk backup.txt. And this will rename our file. So hit enter. And if we ls again, we've noticed that we have a junk backup.txt and we do not have a stuff backup.txt anymore because we renamed it. So that'll be handy just in case people name their homework wrong or name their labs wrong. We want to remember that. Now say we wanted to move our stuff.txt to a different folder. So we made a file in the wrong area and we need to move it back into our folder that we want it to be in. So let's type in move stuff.txt. That's our file that we want to move, and then we want to move it into CS videos. So we'll just do a CS videos and then a slash. Yep, and then hit enter. And we didn't get any problems, so if we hit ls, we'll notice that our stuff is not there anymore. And we can move into our CS videos. And then we can ls inside of here and see that we have a stuff.txt in here. Now moving it like that is fine. If you want to be more safe, you can also copy with the CP and do the same way. It's the same syntax as we use for MV. So let's go over the cat. So we want to display whatever's in our file onto the screen without actually having to go into VI. So we're going to stay inside the terminal and do a cat stuff.txt. And this is going to display all the contents that's in that file onto this. So here we go. We have everything that's inside the file on the screen. This can get particularly kind of troublesome if you have a giant file, like if you're looking at some code and it's pages and pages long. So if you wanted to do that, we can use another command called less and then space the file name. Just like how we use cat and stuff.txt, we're going to pretty much display the same thing, except it's going to give you pages that you can go through. And if we had more pages, we'd be able to hit down or something like that to be able to see the other contents of the file. We hit Q to exit out of that. Okay, so now we don't want stuff.txt in the folder anymore, so we're going to have to delete it. And it's not as simple as right-clicking and delete. You have to be careful when you delete in a Unix environment because there is no trash can. We cannot redo or undo our delete. We can't do anything like that. So you have to be very careful when you say which file that you want and make sure that it's going to be that. So we're going to go ahead and remove stuff by typing in rm and then the stuff.txt and hit enter. So now if we ls and look at our folder, our stuff is gone. So be careful and don't add any extra characters that you don't want.
Nope. Make sure that you're deleting something that you want to delete. You're not going to get it back. if you delete, on another note, if you delete something that was extremely important, you can actually talk to the faculty at CSUV to see how you can probably get it back. Steve will probably do some sort of rollback on your account. He can probably do that. Sometimes it does not help though, so you just want to avoid something like that altogether.
So those are some pretty basic Unix commands that you'll need to be able just to manage all your files or be able to fix some things that you may have messed up with just your placement of files. So I guess we'll go into Pine.
All right.
And this is
I'm so used to just slamming the ls. Let me go ahead and be the one that explains Pine.
Okay.
All right. When you type in the command Pine, you open up your personal email that was assigned to you through Sleipner. I am going to show you how to actually send an email through the main command menu. So when you open up Pine, you're greeted with this. If it's your first time, it'll I think it'll give you like a little welcome screen or something like that, and you can just type in Y or something like that, and you'll continue into the screen. What you're gonna do is you're gonna click on M. Well, not click, but press M. Here we go. I like this a lot better. It's a lot more intuitive. You get all your commands. So let me show you how to compose a message real quick. When you go over here, you can either press C or you can just press enter. Alright. Faculty at CSUV can actually be emailed by typing in their names. It'll actually autocomplete their email for you. For example, if I were to put Mark, it says Dr. Mark Thomas. If I type in Donna, we get Donna Myers. If we get Melissa, get Dr. Melissa Downford. But if you want to, let's say, send an email to a friend, if I were to type my name and press enter, nope, not cool enough to get one autocompleted. So you actually have to know their full Sleipner email. So I know mine, so I'll send an email to myself. Okay. Put a subject in here. We should have attachment. Okay. So let me show you how to actually attach something to this, because you're probably going to have to attach something to an email to a professor, like your source code or something like that. Make sure you ask your professor how does he want your code to be submitted as, because it's kind of a big deal. Alright, so if you look at the bottom, you're always going to have commands, and if you press the button, they're pretty self-explanatory on what they do. The little arrow that's pointing up means control. Since it's control and a letter, you type them together and you actually get to do that command. I'm going to show you now how to attach a file. So let's say I want to send somebody that junk.txt that was in Kevin's folder. So I'm going to go ahead and go up to attachments. You can't actually do this from anywhere else. It has to be from attachments. So we go to attachments and we type in Control T, and it'll take us to this screen over here. Now we're going to look around to see if we can find the junk.txt. Oh, it's right here. Alright. We just press enter on this one. And there it is. And we can actually put a little message in here. Something like that. I want to go back there just for 1 second. I want to show you how to actually pop out of a directory. So those are all directories. You can tell by the fact that it says dir. Well, dir. Go into one. Parent dir. Parent directory. So we can go back. And we're back to normal. Awesome. So you can actually send. I'll send it back up to you. You can send multiple files. Actually, yeah, it is. There we go. So you can put something in here. Yeah, you can send all you want. Make sure, by the way, that what you're sending is to the correct person, and it's something that you want them to read, and it's something that you want them to receive. All you're gonna get, for example, let me go ahead and press the send command, which is Control X, is this right here, which is this is the only verification that you get, is the last thing before it actually goes out. So if you press yes, it's gonna go. It went. Let me go into my message index real quick. I just press left. We go to send mail, and there it is. We sent it. Pink means it got there, and blue means it's still being received, I believe. And you can also check your inbox from the message index. So you go to M, which brings up this menu. You go to message index, and go to left, your inbox, and Kevin has no messages, because I guess he read them all. But if he had one, it'd be in there. And every time you read a message, when you quit Alpine or Pine, it'll go into one of those read mails. So let me show you how to quit real quick. So you go to main by pressing M. You go ahead and I'm going to quit. You can mess around with it all you want. I suggest being careful with it and not doing anything too strange. And those are the basics for Pine. And I think that is all you need to complete lab number 1. So this is going to be it for the lab 1 videos, and we will see you again for lab 2. So see you guys later.